I'm Paul Costello. I'm the market executive for JPMorgan Chase in Kentucky. On behalf of our firm, I'd like to welcome everyone to this morning's exciting announcement. In particular, I'd like to thank our chairman and CEO, Jamie Dimon, for making the trip to Louisville to be with us today. As well as a thank you to Aubrey Burton, the Executive Director for the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage, for hosting us this morning in this lovely space. And thanks to Mayor Fisher for being with us today and for your vision for our city. Due to your leadership, hard work, and dedication, and several of our local nonprofit partners, Louisville presented a strong application to our firm's Advancing Cities Challenge. There were over 250 applications made, only 5 selected, Louisville one of those. So I'd like to thank those partners now, not just for the hard work that they put in developing the Advancing Cities application, but for the hard work they put in every day to provide Louisville with a shot for a better life. So whether that be through education, skills training, financial literacy, housing, or any number of other challenges that we know our neighbors sometimes face. So a big thank you to Metro United Way, Kentuckiana Works, Russell, A Place of Promise, Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, Catholic Charities, AMPT, One West, and the Commonwealth Institute of Kentucky at the University of Louisville for your time, effort, and dedication in this application. At JPMorgan Chase, we could not be more excited for the news that we're about to announce, and more importantly, for what we believe will be a path-altering alternative that equips more West Louisvillians with the skills needed to compete for, obtain, and thrive in good jobs here in Louisville. So next, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Alex Dirksen, who runs JPMorgan Chase Foundation in Kentucky and Ohio. Alex?
Thanks, Paul, and thank you to all of you for being here with us this morning. At JPMorgan Chase, we believe there is a pressing need to expand access to opportunity and help more people share in the rewards of a growing economy. That is why in 2018, we announced Advancing Cities, a 5-year, $500 million initiative aimed at helping more people climb the economic ladder. This initiative is really built around a challenge, both literally and figuratively. A challenge to ourselves and to leaders in our community, in government, nonprofits, and business, to work together to ensure that all residents have access to opportunity. Last fall, we invited communities to put forth innovative, sustainable solutions to help more people benefit from a growing economy through the Advancing Cities Challenge. The challenge was meant to spark innovation. It was meant to spark collaboration, to generate creative thinking, and cross-cutting approaches to solving entrenched problems in communities across the nation. The response that we received was truly overwhelming, over 250 applications from all across the country. It was incredible to see how many communities were willing to step up to the challenge and pragmatically approach really tough problems with new ideas. However, a few communities really stood apart in that they demonstrated the key conditions for success that we know must exist to meaningfully expand access to opportunity, in particular in underserved neighborhoods. These cities embrace collaboration as a fundamental and key principle. They promote partnerships across civic, business, and nonprofit life to solve community problems. They involve local communities early and often to ensure that solutions reflect a shared vision for the future. And they have the courage to try creative and innovative approaches to solving problems. And really, that's why we're here today. On behalf of JPMorgan Chase, I'm truly beyond thrilled to announce Louisville is one of the 5 winning cities of our inaugural Advancing Cities Challenge. the city's been awarded a $3 million grant to strengthen prosperity for more Louisville residents. Alongside Chicago, Miami, San Diego, and Syracuse, the partners here today exhibit true potential to move the needle for Louisville's most underserved neighborhoods. The Metro United Way of Louisville, in partnership with Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, Kentuckiana Works, Russell, A Place of Promise, Amped, Cradle to Career, Catholic Charities, and the Commonwealth Institute at the University of Louisville, those partners really put forth a compelling proposal to connect underserved residents to opportunity. The partners really recognize that the diversity of neighborhoods like Russell, where we are today, is a tremendous economic asset, and that a failure to fully integrate people of color, women, and low-income residents as workers, entrepreneurs, and innovators, it puts the long-term success of Louisville's economy at risk. However, career pathways, especially in in-demand sectors like technology, are often out of reach for Louisville's lowest income residents. And even when those pathways are accessible, systemic barriers such as lack of income, health, and education add layers of challenges that often inhibit lasting financial security. The partners here today understand these interlocking challenges, and we're proud to support their efforts to not only equip West Louisvillians with the skills needed to compete for the jobs of tomorrow, but also to connect them with the financial and social services necessary to flourish and thrive. The strong leadership and commitment exhibited by these partners makes us really confident in Louisville's potential to drive meaningful, positive change for all Louisville residents. We're extremely excited to be part of this mission and look forward to working together to co-create lasting solutions. I would be remiss if I didn't say that none of this happens without great civic and nonprofit leadership. So congratulations to our partners, and in particular to Mayor Fisher, for your leadership, vision, and your steadfast determination to ensure that all Louisvillians have a shot at economic opportunity and prosperity. Mayor Fisher.
Well, good morning, everybody. You're looking good. Alex, thank you so much, and thank you, Jamie Dimon, for being in our great city here, and to the entire team at JPMorgan Chase for making this commitment to one of America's great cities, our city that we all love, Louisville. Got this little horse race coming up in 16 days now, I guess, so we're ready. Look, in addition to the transformative work the Advanced Cities grant will make possible, what's especially exciting about this is the way that our city once again distinguished itself to our country and to the world by showing the world that Louisville knows how to bring people together. We know how to work together. Teamwork is one of our competitive advantages. So I too want to say thank you to the outstanding group of community partners that came together to make this happen. You've heard their names. I want to say Evolve 502 and 55K have also been an important part of this partnership. That's our city's system of lifelong learning, where we're wrapping whole child supports around our most vulnerable kids, so to close the achievement gaps that are a real detriment to our society. So thanks to Evolve 502 as well. Our ability to come together and approach private and government funders with a united front that includes all of us, and all of you guys in the room. We did this together, whether it's government, businesses, nonprofits, citizen groups. What that has led to over the past 5-8 years or so has been tens of millions of dollars of supports from outside folks that have come in here to help us, help our citizens realize their full human potential. And I can't say enough, Jamie, about how integral JPMorgan Chase has been to our city's renaissance. You guys have been a partner on numerous projects that have helped us create economic opportunity here in our city, both for businesses, but then also critical skill development for our city. So thank you guys for that outside of this grant as well. When we took the unprecedented step, as silly as that is to see, to have a partnership with a city that some think is our rival down the road, Lexington, people said Louisville and Lexington aren't supposed to work together. We said that's a silly notion. We need to be a high-performance team so we compete with the rest of the country. JPMorgan Chase helped underwrite that with the Brookings Institution, where we now have set records for exports each and every year because of your all's collaboration on that particular project. You've also helped us grow our Summer Works program from 200 kids to 6,200 kids as well, and have helped with the Tomorrow's Talent Summit each and every year and the Kentucky Manufacturing Career Center. So this city is no stranger to JPMorgan Chase and your all's philanthropy and the results we're getting from it. So we want to know that you guys are really making a difference here in our city. I also want to highlight JPMorgan Chase's leadership with corporate citizenship. These guys have stepped up, unlike most any country in America, to acknowledge the need to work on racial equity in corporate America in all aspects of American life. In an op-ed that Jamie recently wrote, he said, quote, "For all the positive economic trends in America, the racial wealth gap continues to prevent growth from benefiting everyone. While this is not a new crisis, it is one we must urgently address so that economic opportunity is equally extended to Black Americans. Racism, intolerance, and poverty strangle economic opportunity." It takes leadership to say that. Not many people in corporate America are doing it. You're hearing it from mayors, but we appreciate you stepping up and hope everybody follows the good work that you're doing in that area. This is what Advancing Cities program is all about. In our city, the Advancing Cities grant will fund the creation of Tech Louisville, a new program operated by Kentuckiana Works that will help 300 people start a good-paying career in the technology sector over the next 3 years. Participants will get the training and credentials they need to start an entry-level IT job. These jobs, as we know, are in high demand, not just in our city, but all across the country. We've had nearly 400 job postings in this field just in the last 3 months alone. IT support jobs have a median salary of over $43,000, 20% higher than the median for all occupations. Now, Tech Louisville is free and will place a special emphasis on recruitment and training in our lowest income neighborhoods in West Louisville. And it aligns with other programs working to help more people develop the skills they need, like the recently introduced JCTC, Jefferson Community College program called BIT 502, an IT apprenticeship program, and our highly successful Code Louisville program, nationally recognized. So we got a lot of great things going on. Advancing Cities comes at the perfect time for us to continue the renaissance and acceleration of our city. So again, I want to congratulate our local team that put together. Look, just like the Choice Neighborhood Grant where we competed with the whole country to win this was the same thing. To be 1 of 5 out of 250, what that says, folks, is we got a lot of good things going on in our city. So let's keep putting our pedal to the metal and get it done. So Jamie, once again, thank you to everybody at Chase. And I also want to send a special shout out to Metro United Way, who put this whole grant together representing all of our community interests. That could not be done without the fantastic CEO and leader at Metro United Way, Teresa Reno Weber. Teresa, come on up.
Thank you, Mayor Fisher, and good morning, everyone. Thank you to all of the elected officials, Metro United Way board members, community partners, and business leaders that are here in the room today. For more than 100 years, Metro United Way has been in the business of transforming lives in our community. To do this, we bring together the people and resources needed to tackle our community's most pressing challenges. Because we know that no one person, no one organization is going to be able to remove all of the barriers that are holding people back from living to their full potential. Our ability to unite people, organizations, businesses, and sectors toward a common goal is Metro United Way's superpower. And we are so excited about this investment from JPMorgan Chase and the Advancing Cities grant. Working with a stellar group of partners, and you've heard them listed, but I want to lift them up and list them one more time because really this grant proposal would have not been successful without the collaboration and work of each one of them at the table. AMPT, the Academy of Music Production, Education, and Development, Catholic Charities, Evolve 502, Goodwill Industries of Kentucky, Kentuckiana Works, One West, Russell, A Place of Promise, and the Commonwealth Institute of Kentucky at the University of Louisville. With all of these partners, we will be employing a high-touch, high-tech approach to helping individuals and families in 6 neighborhoods gain access to career pathways into the 21st century economy and the financial independence that they need to be able to provide for themselves and their families. Using insights from the Greater Louisville Project, which identified the potential of raising levels of employment, health, income, and education of the residents, not only for Russell, but the residents also of Portland, Phoenix Hill, Smoketown, Shelby Park, and South Central Louisville, we know that the investment from JPMorgan Chase over the next 3 years will enable us to help individuals in these 6 neighborhoods where they are. We are going to make sure that whether it is on the street, in their home, or within the doors of the partner organizations that we have, we're meeting people where they are today. Together, we will seamlessly connect them to resources and supports across organizations that will help them meet not only their basic needs, but also help them to build their skills and their financial literacy, because we know how critical it is to have partners who walk beside you in your journey and help educate you on what it means to not only have a bank account or a checking account, but a savings account, and how that can help you and your family progress into the goals that you have for your life. We will also, as you've heard, help them begin a career path in a technology-related field that will enable them to provide for themselves and their families, but will also help us grow Louisville's economy. Because as you heard the mayor say, we know that we need more individuals who have those tech skills and ability to fill those tech roles that we so desperately want to be able to bring and attract to our community. Through this collaboration, we are bringing the best of each of our organizations together to change the game and to create models that can be replicated across this country. On behalf of all of the partners and the community that we serve, I'd like to share our heartfelt thanks, Jamie, to you for your commitment and leadership and investment in this Advancing Cities first inaugural class, and also for being here in Louisville to recognize all of the great work that has already happened and the promise of what's to come. I'd also like to thank Paul Costel and Alex and the whole JPMorgan Chase team for your thought leadership and your partnership and support thus far. Already you are making us better, and we look forward to being on this journey with you over the next 3 years. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome Christine Pusey, who herself has benefited from the support of partners like the Goodwill, and she understands firsthand the life-changing impact that this work will allow us to do over the next 3 years. Christine, come on up.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful morning today. I'd like to start by saying I am really excited to be here today and honored that I can share my story with all of you all. And hopefully I'm able to inspire others as well. So a little background about me is my journey towards career, educational, and personal success began in 2012. And this is because I found myself in a position that I consider rock bottom. And that was me and my children was in a homeless shelter. And this really upset me because I was like, how did I end up here? How did I end up in this situation? And there are probably many reasons for how I ended up there. But one thing that stuck out the most to me is that, for my personal experience, is that I grew up in foster care, and when I left, I did not realize how unprepared I was to sustain living independently. So this reality became even more real when I had children because, now I couldn't just stay with my friends or just go wherever I wanted to go. I actually had to provide stable living. So while I was in the shelter, I took this time to enroll in college, and currently I am studying communications, and I'm 2 semesters away from receiving my bachelor's in communications. So, like I said, once I enrolled into college, about a month later, I got accepted into a program called the Family Scholar House. And that program offers many benefits, but in short, it can provide housing for single parents interested in pursuing their education. And I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. Okay. It's just the emotional process of everything. But so fast forward a little bit, and that's how I ended up where I'm at now. I was introduced to the Goodwill's Cars to Work program because I really needed a car. And so one of the staff members at the Family Scholar House introduced me to this program. And so I took the steps that I needed to take, like filling out the paperwork, financial counseling, and I was finally accepted to get the car. And this made me and my children so happy because now we can get to work, school, doctor's office, wherever we need to go much more easily. And I can't really say if any of us can be fully prepared for some financial situations that might occur. But I know that the Goodwill offers services and programs that can either teach you or prepare you for situations that might occur. And so I actually did a few of the financial counseling sessions, and they gave me advice on how to budget, manage my money. We did activities such as, we did little activities where we could draw or write out our goals, where our money was coming and going from. And I found this very helpful because it showed me what I was doing. Because sometimes we do stuff and we don't know what happened, where it went, and because there's really no track record. So, and I was one of those people that was like, this is so stupid. Like, who wants to track every dollar that they spend? But now I realize how important, tracking your money can be. So I also received cover letter, resume writing, mock interviewing. This is all important for the workforce. And they help you the Goodwill also prepares and helps you to find a job. I also was introduced to legal aid, and this is for individuals who might have legal problems. So I said all this to say is that I believe everyone deserves a chance to succeed if that's what they want to do. And many of us know that knowledge is power, and the ones who have knowledge also have the power to share. And I believe that the Goodwill does this with their programs and services that they offer. The most important thing to me are my children. So I don't think I would be where I'm at now if it wasn't for the Goodwill, programs like the Goodwill. So I want to just thank everyone that has helped me along the way. And now it is my pleasure to introduce CEO of JPMorgan Chase, Jamie Dimon.
Welcome, everybody. Christine, we are so damn proud of you. And I'm not going to repeat everything that's been said up here today, but it's one life at a time. And just so you know, people like me had that helping hand too. I'm a grandson of Greek immigrants, possibly undocumented, I don't know, who did not finish high school, were given a chance here, and like a lot of immigrants, they were given a little bit of a helping hand with schools or budgeting or an education or a job. My grandfather's daughter is a dishwasher at a restaurant, which he said he was terrible at, but obviously he helped get an education for my parents, who gave me an education, taught me a little bit about some of the things you're talking about, and that's how we all ended up being where we are. So we're really proud of you, because that is the difference that's why we're here. And I want to tell you just a couple quick little things. So Louisville's got a piece of my heart, because you may not know this, but I was on the board of Yum Brands for 10 years, starting I think 1995 or 96. So David and Wendy Novak are very good friends of mine. I have been to the Kentucky Derby. I actually met that wonderful man up there, Muhammad Ali, when I was there. And So it's got a piece of my heart. Our bank has been here for probably 165 years. And what was the first name? Yeah. So it was a bank that was bought eventually by Bank One, which merged with JPMorgan Chase, et cetera. So this is one of our hometowns. You know, and we believe in lifting up our communities. So Louisville has been a great place. These things, our experience has been these things don't work without civic society doing exactly what you're doing here. Reaching out. You know, the institutions here, the not-for-profits, the educational institutions, businesses who are saying, I'm in and I'll help, all have to be coordinated by government. Our experience has been it's the mayors who drive a lot of success of these cities, and counter to what you're hearing around because you hear some terrible things, if you travel around the country, some of the cities are doing quite well. And the mayors are making a huge difference. And your mayor is going to run, I guess, the 200 mayors who meet soon. But those mayors can make a huge difference and give hope and change the world a little bit, place by place. So we're thrilled that you all won this grant. Hopefully these kind of funds are an accelerant. They help go from the 60 to the 6,000. That's the point of it. And I'm really proud of the JPMorgan Chase bill. Alex, thank you very much, because it's also our people who are putting their effort and their time and their knowledge into helping. It's not just the money. And Advancing Cities, we are not going to fix society's problems if we don't do things like this. You know, businesses, and I think a lot of businesses try, I think we have to do a better job getting involved. This whole effort started when you saw Detroit, which didn't have a turnaround. It was one of the only major American cities that didn't. Population went from 2 million to 700,000, 70,000 abandoned homes, huge unemployment and crime, 2 mayors who ended up in jail. But then it had a wonderful mayor who said to everybody, if you can help me, please help me. And I need jobs and education and roads and lights, and I need to help my entrepreneurs of color. I need the schools to be better. And he got everyone to work together, and he's turning that city. So it's an amazing story. So JPMorgan Chase, we looked at that and said, that's what works. We actually get to do this around the world. Believe it or not, we've done this in the slums of Paris, Singapore, Hong Kong, and some of those lessons are the lessons we're starting to circulate in communities all around the world to help lift up society. And so, you know, we're unabashed about being all in with our money, our bank lending, being a healthy, vibrant bank, but also the non-standard stuff like this to help try to lift up societies across the whole board: infrastructure, education, helping minorities, savings accounts, financial education, all those things that can lift up society. So I'm just really proud of you all. Thank you very much. It's been great to be here. I look forward to coming back and seeing even more progress. And Mayor, congratulations, because I know it takes a great mayor. So thank you.
Mr. Mayor, Greg, Jamie, and the Chase family. I feel like your family because you've been here for quite some time. My name is Akram Burton. I'm the executive director here at the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage. And I agree with most of what has been said about what Chase has meant to us here in this community. I experienced it firsthand when I was at JCPS. We received, during the Berman administration, we received $25 million to develop One Community, One Nation. I was really, really excited. Unfortunately, they let Dr. Berman go, but we're doing much of that same work here at the center, and we're trying to rebuild on that curriculum, because that curriculum is important. Much of what was said today is important, but we need to connect it with education. All right, we talk about cultivating good citizens. All right, it has to be done through education. And one of the things that we do here is to preserve and promote Kentucky African American heritage and the heritage of Africans in the African diaspora. So these people that you see here are all people who basically they took risks. And what we're talking about is cultivating people in our communities that's willing to take the risk, whether they're entrepreneurs, whether they're political leaders, social leaders, whatever. So it's important for us to understand that. One of the individuals from Paris, Kentucky, is Garrett Morgan. Many of you may have heard of him, but if you haven't, let me tell you just a bit. Garrett Morgan invented the stoplight, okay? That's something that's used all over the world, all right? But not only that, he invented the gas mask. So, you know, we need to understand our history, and many of the people in these underserved communities that we're talking about do not realize their history, their great history, history that they should be proud of. But the last thing I want to say is that it's important for us to understand that we did not do it by ourselves, okay? We always had people who were giving a hand up, or they identified with our struggle. And JPMorgan Chase is one of those corporate partners that I think other corporate entities in the country need to learn from. So again, welcome to the center. Thank you very much.